Okay. Let's talk with Speaks with God. I wonder what is he doing.
Speaks with Gods welcomes you, Starborn.
His violet eyes are reverently trained on you.
How can Speaks with Gods help you this time?
Tell me about yourself, old man.
Speaks with Gods is the name of this humble servant of the forests, rivers, and mountains. For when the two-headed eagle god speaks, this servant listens, and recounts the words to his tribe, and the tribe carries out his will.
The old man closes his eyes, and his body sways to the rustling of the leaves and the babbling of the stream.
The servant of dreams, nightmares, and reveries can see things that others cannot see. What has transpired and what is yet to be. Your appearance in the heart of the forest and
The priest falters for a moment.
the consequences it bears for Quetza Temer.
What consequences of my coming to this world did you see in your visions?
The Sky Herald stands at the crossroads. I see all of his choices and see none of them. But this servant knows one thing clearly: the Starborn must go to the Deadlands to destroy the one who should have been long dead.
Okay.
Suddenly, the old man throws his head back, his body shudders, and droplets of blood burst from between his clenched teeth.
Okay.
The sunset rays will paint the heart of the forest crimson if the darkness leaves it, and the two stars will part, then meet again. Crimson, crimson, the fading light can still be saved.
The priest covers his face with his hands and breathes slowly, finally coming to his senses.
Forgive this servant, Sky Herald. The waking dreams are often the most painful.
Okay, tell me about your tribe.
We are the children of the fiery mother and the pale father who look after us by day and guard us by night. The faithful servants of the two-headed eagle god who shields our lands from misfortune with his wings. We are the young one forest-dwelling children of the earth and the guardians of the temple of Quetza Temer, the first Starborn to have ever set foot on the virgin soil of this land.
Tell me about Leads Ahead.
Leads Ahead is the half-sister of this servant of smoke, fire, and ash. She was the first to emerge from the mother's womb and thus named the next ruler of the tribe. And this servant was the shield to fend off disasters from his ruler. Many years later, when the gift of the eagle god awakened inside this servant, Leads Ahead named her brother the priest of her tribe.
Your way of speaking is strange, just like your sister's.
The old man looks down, embarrassed.
Forgive the servants of Quetza Temer for their speech, O Starborn. No matter how much the ancestors tried to pass the language of the gods on to their descendants, the tribes seldom use it, for the gods only descend from their heavenly palace not more often than once in 3 life dwells.
Okay, I have other questions.
This servant knew that you would say that.
So did the ritual truly make the forest safe?
The priest nods affirmatively.
The spirits from the darkness brought the fire rain down on Quetza Temer, killing many of the tribes who had cared for the forests young and ancient. This blasphemy enraged the guardian spirits, but as soon as this servant of the wind, rain, and sand soothed them with the ritual sacrifices and divine sorcery, their wrath gave way to mercy.
Did you not foresee this in your visions, or do you know that sorcery such as yours is punishable by death in the Imperium? You're a good man, even if you are an unsanctioned psyker. Pray that your forest does not cause any more trouble. Enough about that. Yeah, you're a good man, even if you are an unsanctioned psyker.
The old man smacks his lips, pleased with the praise.
Blessed is a life that serves the two-headed eagle god and his sky heralds.
Tell me, how did you and Winterscale survive all this time? I mean, you guys were lost 30 days in the jungle.
The Starborn who carries the seal of Quetza Temer's descendant is strong in both body and will, as befits a god. This servant, like the rest of his entourage, had grown weak on just the 7th night of our journey. But the Starborn continued to lead us fearlessly, pressing forward to seek out the spirits from the darkness even among the twisted paths, delivering the sky's judgment. This servant of the grass, flowers, and trees regrets only the imminent death of the Starborn's companion, the one you call the Seneschal. He quarreled with the ironclad guardian, and his words enraged the Starborn, and thus he slashed the unfortunate man's body up with his axe, and threw the remains to the wild animals of Quetza Temer for them to feast on.
Okay, do you mean that Winterscale killed his seneschal? That's just like I would kill Abelard, okay?
This servant saw everything with his own 2 eyes.
The old man pauses in hesitation, then continues.
It is not proper, perhaps, for a mere speck of dirt under the heels of a sky herald of the two-headed eagle god, to muse upon the deed. However, this servant did sense, with his entire being, the rage that possessed the Starborn at that moment. And the ironclad guardian reveled in his god's wrath. Ironclad guardian? I suppose you mean Calligos Winterscale's arch-militant. Warten the Grey seemed dangerous to me even on our first meeting, but our time together spent wandering through the forest cemented this notion.
Okay, I must take my leave.
May the two-headed eagle god shelter you under his wing, O Sky Herald.
Okay. So let's talk with Calligos.
A nice walk that, wasn't it, Rel? You may have helped us navigate the living forest's clutches, but don't let it go to your head. I would have managed by myself sooner or later.
Winterscale chuckles and repeats.
Sooner or later.
I have some questions to ask of you.
One day, you two will grow sick of all the talking, and then you two will choose shooting Xenos on a wild planet over endless intrigue.
Cheerful notes ring in Calligos' voice.
Fine, we have plenty of time. So be it, I will give you a private audience. If dear Corda knew how close-knit we had become, she would have surely branded us conspirators.
I don't know about that, so stop calling me New Blood.
Calligos laughs openly.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Wait around for a couple of decades, new blood, and let others get used to you. It is not often that we have a fresh new rogue trader in our circle.
Okay. So I hear you have decided to oppose both the Lord Inquisitor and Corda dynasty.
Avoid Kraken may eat them both, for all I care.
Winterscale makes a wry face and clenches his fists in anger.
Acting as if their war on heresy in the Expanse is just starting. Ha! I've been living it for decades. And I don't need an inquisitorial preacher, and I certainly don't need Incendia's goodwill.
So how did you survive in the forest all this time?
The forests of Quetza Temer are not like the jungles of Katakan, New
No
Blood.
kidding.
The only thing that could kill you here is your own stupidity, or an unfortunate coincidence in the form of a stray Xenos or a rare predator. Rainwater for breakfast, nutritious larvae for lunch, and fermented fruit in place of wine for supper. One could not wish for better hunting grounds.
Calligos laughs, then falls silent, evidently unwilling to share the details.
I have noticed that your people look utterly woebegone, while you do not have a single scratch on you.
That means that my people are weaklings, and I shall change that soon. As for me, I have been of stout constitution since the day I was born.
At first, Calligos shrugs his shoulders indifferently, but after looking closer at his companions, he raises his brows in surprise. It seems that the rogue trader just realized the validity of your words.
Okay. So I saw the corpse of your seneschal at the forest camp.
The old man was a weakling, and that is why he's dead. That's what happens when you can no longer fulfill your duty to your master.
Warten grins in contempt, his entire being expressing his disdain for the seneschal.
Warten.
Calligos carries himself with an air of indifference, but the sudden furrows on his forehead betray his regret.
Many fine warriors have perished on this hunt. Raise a toast to their name when you can. Okay, tell me about Quetza Temer.
Your inquiries are curious, to be sure. Quetza Temer is a planet with a rather dreary backstory. A long time ago, it supplied my great-grandfather with tons of succulent fruits and thousands of cargo containers filled with a special building fiber processed from the local forests. The population all lived in large cities a safe distance away from the tangled paths and trees. And then this quiet life was dashed by Xenos raids. They burned down the cities and shackled our people faster than our ships could help. In the end, the local governor ran away, leaving the remaining people at the beast's mercy. And the people, in turn, fled the big cities that attracted the Xenos. And that is how the forests that the rabble feared became their salvation. The planet fell into decay, there was no one to populate the cities, and there was no one to extract resources. Quetza Temer expected 3 new arcs filled with settlers to arrive from the Imperium. But in 500 years, not one of them has reached the Expanse.
That's weird.
Do not turn your gaze to me, Elentak. It was not my kin who desolated this world.
Okay, let us discuss the Aeldari problem.
You care about them that much, new blood?
Calligos bellows in disdain.
Go ahead, then. Try to convince me that the vile Xenascum deserve the mercy of Calligos Winterscale. But remember, you only get one chance to try.
The Craftworld perished at the hands of my dynasty. I wish to make amendments for Theodora's mistake. Would you perhaps agree to sell those Xenos to me? Interesting. The Winterscale I've heard of would have never thrown his protectorate to Corda so easily. If you would agree, you would have a rogue trader and the head of a powerful dynasty in your debt. Erbrecht Updef made a promise that your dynasty would fulfill any request for me if I were to lead you out of the forest of Quetza Temer. Yeah.
Winterscale's expression hardens.
Consider my idiot void-born nephew dead. Besides, you haven't led me out of the forest yet, you've only brought us into its heart. I still have time to kill all your precious Xenos before I become formally indebted to you. Don't think that you can outsmart me at such games, new blood. You've been a rogue trader for barely any time at all compared to an old hand like me.
Calligos scoffs acidly.
If that was your argument for the Xenos, alas, you have miscalculated, Rel. And I do not wish to discuss this any further.
Early it presses her lips into a thin line.
Alas, Elentak, you cannot control the thoughts of this Monkey, just as you cannot make a river flow backward. Words cannot always move the mountains and dry the seas. Sometimes, only blades can.
I kind of agree with you, Iliad. I don't like him. I totally don't like him.
The arch-militant, previously indifferent to his master's words, raises his head. His burning, curious gaze fixes on Earliet.
Okay, it's time to go seeking Aeldari.
It's about time indeed, Rel.
Calligos gives you a friendly pat on the shoulder and summons his retinue with a gesture.
It may take a while to find their trail, but Warten here has a keen eye, and his sense of smell can rival any old dog. We will do just fine. Especially with the forest being on our side now. Let's go, and try not to fall behind.
I totally don't like him. Okay. Speaks with gods. Let me talk to him. Nope. Okay. So, okay, loot. We have loot here. But for this, we need the demolition. Let's do that. Come on, Argenta. Ooh. Okay. So what we're gonna do... Yeah.
I align my path with yours.
Oh, yeah.
For now.
Okay. I want to heal the traumas. Because you guys have a lot of those. So, which one is the trauma? Okay, bleeding. So on, so on. This one. Okay. So, we're gonna put here. Okay, we're gonna put 2 only now. So, yeah. Heal yourself. No, heal Idiot. Okay. Heal Argenta. So, she has a fresh injury. Okay, we need more. Yeah. Yeah. You cannot? Why? And you? He's here. Like that. Okay. Should I try to fix a fresh injury? Nah. Nah, there is no point. Okay, let's... Yeah, you get one of these back. Actually, this. Okay. We are here. Okay. So, let's get this. Ooh, okay. Cloak of Mercy. The wearer's little stare ability no longer deals damage to the afflicted allies. Oh, okay. I don't have that. Grenades, okay. Now, my playthrough is not very much based on grenades. Should we talk with Calligos? He's here. Ooh, Benji, bite him. Maybe we should start with Warten. Okay, let's... And here, do we have something? No. So we need to go up the stairs here. Okay, this looks like a fight area.
A stately Aeldari warrior steps forward, calmly looking at the intruders. His armor and its adornments gleam in the sun despite the traces of dried mud and caked-on blood.
The Farcers instructed me to send you away, Monkey.
The smooth voice of the Xenos sounds out of place in the rough wilderness of Quetza Temer.
However, I recently stopped meekly heeding their counsel, and besides, my sister is among you. I am curious to hear the outcast's tidings.
Hello.
Vain rhetoric, a masterful display. Your temper, brother mine, you ought to quell. Bravado has no place within this play. Indeed, the merchants proved this all too well. This actor excellent, who did alight upon the stage, now will this piece complete, by choosing a finale apposite. Who shall survive, and who their doom shall meet?
Nocturne of Oblivion's mournful horned mask avidly tracks your face.
Okay. Okay.
I do not know about you, Rel, but these Xenos bastards are giving me the creeps.
Calligos shifts his excited gaze from the Aeldari warrior to the solitaire and back.
This one, in the motley. I want to kill him. Now.
Warten the Grey bares his teeth in anticipation and clutches the hilt of his sword.
Okay. Nocturne of Oblivion. It has certainly been a while. What are you doing here?
The solitaire bows theatrically.
With embers glowing cupped in my two hands, I bear them through the deluge to the hearth.
The Harlequin's metaphor implies he has been accompanying the surviving Aeldari for a while now. It is not clear to you what hearth he is talking about, but perhaps he has managed to find them a new home.
Okay. Look around the Aeldari camp. Yeah, let's look around.
The Xenos have made their camp among the ruins of an ancient city of the Imperium. Only the alien growths of the Xenotech and the wreckage of the Aeldari ship disturb the picture of centuries-old devastation and rebirth. Despite their affected ease, most of the Xenos are pushing themselves to their limit. They are exhausted, nervous, and frightened, even if they hide it well. This may have eluded your companions, but not you.
Okay, I'm here to resolve this conflict peacefully. You invaded this world and I want to know why. It looks like I can kill 2 grogs with 1 bullet today. Attack? We have nothing to discuss. We have tracked down the prey. Calligos, it is time to have some fun. Dogmatic, you are guilty before this world and the Imperium. The time of retribution is at hand. No. So, I'm here to resolve this conflict peacefully.
A tapestry complex is piece and one. That many threads demands for warp and weft. For this design, 3 wills together spun. Its greed will sate in hands of weaver deft. The gruesome scars of past distrust bewailed. With compact subtle gauze shall now be veiled. And I do not. A glorious chase must end in a glorious battle, and I like these Xenos. I will put the horned one's head above the hollow fireplace, and as for the shiny one, I will just chop his ugly mug into bits.
Calligos, you are literally loco.
Do you see?
The warrior addresses the solitaire standing next to him.
All Monkey are the same, wild, foolish, avaricious. Empty shells. There is nothing interesting about them.
True enmity unerring blinds 2 kinds. Youths fierce and ravenous with seething blood, and old who refuge find in arrogance. But past revulsions hood they cannot see. The single path that both of them unites. Will 2 fall into step and dance as one? The laugh of jest unending knows alone.
Okay, your brothers and sisters are exhausted. You are trapped, and I am the only person who can change that? Or your ships are destroyed. Krudarak is lost, and so are the Farseers. You sacrificed everything to attack this world. Why? So what are you talking about? I killed the homunculus in Komorak with my own hands. Yeah. What if I were to say it was my predecessor who was to blame for Kudarak's demise? Yeah, should I? I'm between this and this. Yeah, what are you talking about? I killed homunculus in Komorak with my own hands. I don't want to tell him that. Yeah, what if I were to say it was my predecessor who was to blame? Okay, I don't want to turn... I don't want to turn him against the Imperium. Yeah, your brothers and sisters are exhausted. You are trapped, and I am the only person who can change that.
The warriors behind the leader freeze in uncomfortable silence, but he does not appear to be taken aback by your words.
You may be discerning, Monkey, but only half of what you say is true.
No, it's all of it.
The warrior sighs tiredly.
We did not attack this world, Monkey. The last of Krudaraka's children assembled once more to scour the master of flesh Tervanchas from the memory of the universe, the homunculus who abducted and tortured the Farseers from our craft world. We learned that he is hiding on this world, but something prevents our farcers from discovering his lair. And so we were forced to act, decisively. The Master of Flesh from Komarak, he is here?
Earliet ignores the veiled confession and inhales hungrily, doing her best to remain calm.
We must destroy him. This is what we are here for, outcast. Stretch out your hand, grasp the spear of vengeance together with us, and plunge it into the dark heart of the Architect of Torment.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I killed the homunculus in Komorak with my own hands.
And you believed you could dispose of him so easily?
Yeah?
The minds of Monkey are dull and undiscerning indeed.
The Aeldari throws up his hands in irritation.
That was only one of Tervanchus's many bodies which he is capable of growing from a scrap of his own flesh.
How? Okay, this is... okay.
But his immortality has a limit. Resurrection requires reagents, equipment, energy. The Flesh Master had those in abundance in Komarak, but now he is on the run and vulnerable. And while the homunculus has not yet returned to full strength, there is a chance to destroy him forever.
So you call purging an entire world a decisive action?
Our farcers, the ones we managed to save, could not name the exact location of the Master of Flesh. Even after our ships circled the world for a third time, something prevented them from seeing the truth. Something powerful. We knew your patrols would soon discover our presence. And so we decided to do something else, to exterminate the homunculus along with the world he had chosen as his refuge.
Okay, this is big. This is a big turn of events. I'm wow, okay.
The Aeldari shrugs vaguely.
The Monkey are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower, and this world will repopulate, eventually. Is a single world not worth eliminating a powerful enemy who threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin?
How about we wring the necks of the puny vermin at fodder?
Winterscale meaningfully raises an eyebrow.
And you still deem him worthy of conversation?
So address the Aeldari. Okay, let's talk with Idiot.
Earliet's gaze wanders from Calligos to the Solitaire, from the Solitaire to the Aeldari warrior, and back again. An outcast among her kin and strangers alike, a sorrowful burden that not all can bear.
So do you still think your kin are worth saving, or your kin had a valid reason to attack this world? I see no issue with sacrificing the lowborn if it helps a good cause. So, is this a question or is a rhetorical question? Yeah, let's ask her.
I never doubted it, Elentak. To you, the deeds of my kin may appear cruel or even criminal, but spending enough time among the Monkey granted me clarity of vision. Sometimes you treat your own kind even worse in pursuit of baser goals or personal gain.
Earliet proudly squares her shoulders.
The homunculus is a threat to both our species, Elentak. You know well what his dark heart and perverted mind are capable of. Tervanchus must be destroyed, and my kin have taken on the role of vengeful blade.
Okay, address the Aeldari.
The warrior stands motionless, only occasionally casting a worried glance at the Solitaire.
So tell me about the homunculus. Where is he?
I will not say a word until you let my kin depart from this world.
The warrior squares his shoulders, but whether out of fatigue or to make his words more impactful, it is hard to say.
So you lost your world and are now depriving others of their out of vengeance? Why do you think you are different? Lay down your weapons and I promise to judge you fairly. I presume there is no avoiding the confrontation. You observe the camp.
A tense silence pervades the ruins. The stillness is disturbed only by the wind rustling through the centuries-old canopy.
Okay, address Calligos.
There is no trace of the bored Calligos from a few moments ago. The rogue trader is now closely studying the potential battlefield, his enemies, and the heads he intends to claim as trophies.
Yeah, I do not support the methods of the Xenox, but I understand their motives. Perhaps they could pay your compensation, or... Calligos, you cannot kill the Aeldari. Yeah.
What? Why?
Taken aback by your statement, Winterscale lowers his power axe for a moment.
So, I need to know more about homunculus. Look at yourself, Calligos. You are becoming a monster whose only desire is to kill. Yeah. Yeah, look at yourself, Calligos. You are becoming a monster whose only desire is to kill.
At least I am killing enemies of the Imperium. What about you, Rel? Whose side are you on?
I need to know more about the homunculus.
I could not care less about your interests, Rel. You know what I have been scouring these cursed woods for these last 30 days and nights. Don't you dare ruin my fun.
Calligos speaks calmly and almost quietly, which makes his words sound even more ominous.
Okay.
A tense silence pervades the ruins. The stillness is disturbed only by the wind rustling through the centuries-old canopy.
Okay. I'm sick and tired of Xenox and rogue traders alike. Sort it out among yourselves.
It does not work that way, new blood. You
Huh.
either pick one enemy or have to deal with both.
Winterscale's grin is growing wider with every word.
Okay, Calligos. I do not like you. Attack Calligos. I think I can strike a deal with the Xenox. With you, not so much.
The Aeldari cast confused glances at their champion.
A temporary alliance? So be it. Children of Asurian, fight with the fury of Kayla Menchakine.
I knew you were rotten to the core, new blood. I am not surprised.
Calligos snarls like a wild beast.
The more trophies, the better. Blood for the rogue trader's throne.
Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Okay. So they kill speak with gods. And what is this? Okay, where these guys came from? What are these? Aeldari Guardian. Okay, Wharton. He has... Okay, his HP is 1 million. Okay. Blood Ladder. Calligos. Okay. And what are these? Blood Ladder. Okay. Okay, I'm not ambushed. That's good. Bloodthirsty Roar. Okay, the target for... Okay. So, he is what? Calligos. He is everything. Okay. Melee and range. And Wharton. Both. Okay. So, yeah, where is Nocturne? Okay, he has a lot. Let's try to keep him alive. I don't know if it matters. In some games it does matter. I wouldn't be surprised if it not to matter for an owl cat. Okay, Iliad. Ooh, that's good. Rel. So Iliad, you are perfect there. Let's put Rel. Where can you go? Huh. Okay, let's try to use Rel. At least at the beginning to defend this flank. Maybe even kill him. Yeah, we're gonna use Iliad to shoot him. And Rel to give the final hit. Okay. And it's Aeldari, Nocturne, Argenta. So hopefully by the time you come here, this guy is dead. And oh, you're gonna go sniper. Oh yeah. And we're gonna use... No, we're gonna put you... We're gonna use that combination of sniper guns. Actually, okay, Aeldari Ranger. Where can I put you to? Ah, actually, okay, yeah. Okay. Calligos, Kibella. Okay, I need to put you somewhere in the back where it's safe for you to run back. Okay. Actually, you run here. But what if I'm not killing this one? Okay, we're gonna do everything in our power to kill this one. Ulfar, my friend. Ulfar. So your turn is... Ooh, after. Yeah. So this one is Rel. Okay. Rel, you are there. So Ulfar. Yeah, come here. Defend the ladies. And Abelard. Oh my god, you're the last one. Okay, that's gonna hurt. So, yeah, let's... Should I put you here? Oh yeah, that's good here. Ta-da. Okay. No, Iliad. So, let's go again over this, because we're gonna use these sniper guns like there is no tomorrow in a very particular order. So this one says it deals 40% more damage to targets at full wounds. So you're always gonna shoot with this one first against full wounds. And then you have this one, the target must pass an agility resistant test or become slowed until the end of the combat. Attacks with weapons with this weapon always scores a critical hit against the slow targets. So you kind of... Okay, and you... Genta, you have this plasma, which is super cool. But this one... So whenever a deadeye shot from this weapon deals crit, the target becomes stunned. Oh yeah. And we know how to do crits. Kind of. Okay, so